This episode is brought to you by Neox Marketing. Are you looking to upgrade your business? Do you want to develop your marketing skills but have no idea where to start? Boy, do I have a deal for you. With promo code SmackTalk, you can get not 25, not 50, not 60, 80% off their marketing ebook. That comes to a total of $2. Yeah, this ebook has everything, okay? It took a year to make. It's simple to use, so you can get started ASAP. So Johnny, you're saying you can get an entire ebook, a step-by-step guide for scaling my business for only $2? That's exactly what I'm saying. With promo code SmackTalk, you can use it at checkout or click the link in the description. That is promo code SmackTalk for 80% off your purchase. SMACKTALK. Tell a friend to tell a friend and enjoy the episode. Peace.
One high fly ball, deep right field, backing up Eaton, and that one is out of here.
No side.
He crushed it, and the Red Sox have taken the lead.
Bitch, put some respect on my name. Hey. When you speak on me, you speak on the game.
Guys, welcome back. It's Saturday. We're having a couple brewskis. And I am in studio with an absolute legend, okay? He's not only a music producer, photographer, videographer, and a spiritual man, but he is also the godfather of the Gatineau hip-hop music scene. Ladies and gentlemen, in studio with me today, Poppa Quest.
Wow.
This is what I'm going to do.
Jesus. Thank you. Thank you for this introduction. I might use it on the album.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Soundtrack 2.
Yeah, there you go. Soundtrack 2. Here we go.
Yeah.
Guys, fuck the questions.
Yes.
He told me that he likes it when it flows naturally like some beautiful spring water. So that's what the fuck we're going to do today.
Beautiful spring water. Nice.
Yeah. I'm pretty good,
Cheers
huh?
to that. Cheers to that,
Cheers
my
to
friend.
that.
Let's start with a cheers. Let's
Hell
go.
yeah. Amen.
So, yeah, I want us to just have a conversation. That's it. Like,
I love that. For the people at home, who is Quest?
I am a music producer, videographer, photographer, content creator, photo exhibit doer,
Artist.
artist, festival set designer, consultant, teacher, mentor, whatever you want, man. Like I'm just a doer, and I just follow whatever I found when I was a kid. That was my calling, and that's it. And I've always enjoyed every second of it. And I guess I call myself an artist. Period. A creator. That's
There you
what
go.
I love. Yeah.
There you go.
Creator.
So we had a conversation before, and we were talking about entrepreneurs. Technically, on paper, yes, we are entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
but I don't view myself as an entrepreneur. I view myself as a creator.
Yeah.
You know, I want you to elaborate on that. Look, you went from selling fucking or slanging mixtapes in high school, okay, to listening to a Tribe Called Quest and getting like a message from the universe. Okay, this is my name, this is my path. Do you believe in visualization?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Big time. Not only do I believe about it, I just live it. That's it. And that's a big difference. Like, I think even as a young kid, I knew I was going to do something with sounds. I knew listening to Michael Jackson, I was going to create sounds. And I just ran with it. And visualization or law of attraction, and whatever you want to call it, manifestation, it's pretty much, I can sum it up in one phrase, is you put out there whatever you want or believe that you're supposed to gain from. And that's it. Like, comme je l'ai dit en français, tu récoltes ce que tu sèmes. Tout simplement. And
So you get back what you put out there.
yeah, that's it. And you should pretty much live your life like that every day. Like every day should be considered a manifestation in a sense.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky because I do it subconsciously. I don't even think about it. We had this conversation about being entrepreneur and like setting yourself a 10-year plan. I don't believe in that.
No, fuck that shit.
I really don't.
Anything can happen, man.
Anything can happen. Things change so quick now. No one knew we were gonna go in a pandemic in 2020.
Nope.
So I don't believe in that. I believe in like setting yourself short-term goals. Obviously, the way I do my things, a month from now max, I'm thinking about it. If not, it's a day-by-day basis, and I adapt like water quite easily. I feel like I'm blessed to be like that. But at the end of the day, what is being an entrepreneur? I'm doing what I feel like is my calling since 2002 now. I guess I am an entrepreneur by default.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess. But at the end of the day, I didn't go to business school. I didn't go to college. I didn't go to university. Don't have any degrees on that. I'm pretty much self-taught and street smart. But at the end of the day, you follow your own path and you believe in who you are and you stay authentic to yourself. And I'm going to say it many times in this podcast, you stay true to yourself. That's the biggest thing, no matter what you do. I think you're just going to be an entrepreneur by nature anyways. So, because the way I saw it is I knew I was going to do stuff with sound and music. All right, let's run with it. Then I create music. I work with many artists. I create music from scratch, create albums that are going to live on forever. So I guess that is some sort of being entrepreneurship, I guess, creating something from scratch and then having something at the end of the day. But I prefer the term being a creator. Yeah.
And you also create your own reality because usually, like, look, we're from Gatineau. It's beside Ottawa. You know, very governmental backgrounds. People are working in government. Very simple. I'm not nodding anybody having a government job. Like, dude, do you? Okay, do your life, man. If you like that shit, perfect. But it's not for me.
No.
Okay, and that's an easy blueprint to follow. But to be someone like you or someone starting a podcast or any artist out there from Gatineau or Ottawa, you have to create this reality for yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's not there.
No, it's not there. There's no platform here. There's no structure. There's no blueprint at all. For the longest time, Ottawa Gatineau was considered this dormant city, conservative government. Also, a lot of creators, artists, they leave. Just create your own reality. That's it. It doesn't matter where you are. Actually, at the end of the day, like I feel actually very blessed that I stayed here when a lot of people were telling me to leave, like my peers. But at the end of the day, I was like, yo, this is untapped market here. Like, I get to be Quest, the creator for DFP, and just be myself. And like at the end of the day, there's no one else. Like, but I just ran with it, to be honest. Like, and I never regretted 1 second from it of it. But no, man, whatever you want to be in life, it doesn't matter where you are. It's just at the end of the day, you create your own surroundings. You create your own structure. You create your own manifestation. You create your own platform, and run with it. It doesn't matter.
You also create your own obstacles. Sometimes
your own obstacles as well.
I can't do this because he says this, or I can't do this because they're gonna think this of me. Like, you are also creating these little echo chambers of emotions, but you have to learn how to navigate through that and do what you fucking love, man. Like you've been saying it like for the past fucking hour we've been together.
Yeah.
Being yourself and being authentic with the product you put out and be consistent, like greatness is going to come from it.
It's just a matter of
time and effort.
It's just a fact, and that's it. Like at the end of the day, opportunities are going to create themselves. Like doors are going to open as long as you stay true to yourself. Like that's my way of see law of attraction. You just run with it, be yourself, be authentic, believe in your talents, also believe in consistency, uh, believe in making mistakes at first, but learning from them. Also believing in the first thing you're gonna put out there is not gonna be your best work because everything is exponential. You're gonna learn from that, apply in the next one. That's it. If you understand that, you're gonna like create your own mentality and your own space and your own structure that you can actually live from anything. If you want to be someone that makes the best paper straws in life, well, just be it. That's it. Like at the end of the day, you just have to believe in what your calling is. And I was surrounded with a lot of people that quit easily. At the end of the day, when you do something you really feel like it's your calling, no matter obstacles is the way you see it, but it could be a learning curve. But
Yeah, absolutely.
whatever learning curve is thrown your way, you're just gonna like be, in a sense, attracted to that and be happy that those are happening because you're gonna face it, learn from it, and then become better at the end of the day. And that's how I saw every obstacles or learning curves. And like I was saying to you an hour earlier, when I started being really, really, really the music producer and going full force and quit my day job, I was poor. Like I had nothing to like, no source of really source of income coming in. But those can of tunas, those 60-cent can of tuna saved my life. And every day I was eating those and craft dinners, and I don't regret any second of it because my perspective was not, oh, I get to eat this shitty food, but my perspective was, I'm eating this because I'm sacrificing a moment in time right now to be able to do this, and also focusing my mind on this instead. What is this? Well, I get to be my own boss. I get to like have my own schedule. I get to like be here, not stuck in traffic all these miserable people.
Yeah, seriously.
And it goes with shifting your mindset on what's positive around you. Yes, I'm eating can of tunas right now, but at the end of the day,
The opportunities are just
the opportunities of
infinite.
living on your own terms and doing what you love in life are there. So I'm enjoying every second of it, and I would not change a second looking back at it.
What made you take that leap of faith?
I would say it was I just knew at that exact moment. It was 2009 when I started really becoming a producer full time, music producer. I just knew at this moment. I remember I was working at the casino at that time, and
Fucking casino.
yeah, and I was just doing my shift, and then I was actually during my shift listening to the mix I've done, because I was still doing some engineering at that time, mixing both. But I remember listening to my songs on a smoke break or anything, and just like, damn, I think this is the last week I'm here. And I don't know what triggered it exactly. I think I just knew at that exact moment because I was listening to mix I was doing on this project for Almiros, his first album called Jrap. And that was my first actual project I entirely produced and mixed and engineered. And I was like, yeah, I think that's what I'm supposed to do. And now I'm like stuck here, and I wish I could be home. And then I remember saying to, I guess the next day, to my supervisor that I'm giving my 2 weeks notice. I don't know what triggered it exactly. I think it was just a timing in life, and I felt myself in the right position to do it at that moment. I was supported by my then girlfriend too, and she supported me big time.
That's so important.
She played a huge role. I couldn't thank her enough, and I just did it. And I remember giving my 2 weeks notice, and I did it, and then never looked back ever since.
What was your first project?
My first ever project is a guy from Elmer.
Okay.
He's called Verbal Tech.
Okay.
You know him?
No, I don't.
No?
No, I don't.
Oh my God. He had a group called Dim Life. Then he
Okay.
did a solo project, and I ended up producing that project with him and doing the engineering. At that time, I was still working a day job and mixing on weekends or after shift.
yeah.
But that's my first album, and it's on my wall at home right now, because that's what started everything. But I would say, as far as Delete Fit Production and DFP, Almiros was the first one. Yeah, je rap.
Shout out Almiros.
Yeah.
Dude, Cham shouted him out on
Yeah.
on my pod,
Yeah.
and I made a reel out of it.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
the AI
and that's
thing
what brought attention
misspelled.
for me to your podcast too.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it misspelled his name. It wrote Amy Rose.
Yeah.
So no, guys, Amy Rose is not this Quebecois porn star, okay? It's
And he shared that
Rose.
too. He shared it too. Like how you misspelled his name and all. Like,
My bad, bro. It's
but,
not me.
Shout out to him. I was just with him
Should've double-checked.
earlier too. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the
Gotta have him
first.
on, man.
He's the first. Well, yeah, yes, you should. And he's the first one to like really push me to become Quest.
Really?
As the producer, yeah, absolutely. Before that, I was still pondering the idea. I was still like thinking about it, and obviously, I work with a lot of people, but to become actually full-time Quest, a music producer that produces full album, was Almiros' album. Yeah.
1,000 albums. That's crazy.
Now since, yeah, probably, yeah.
That is so much volume.
Probably, I have no idea actually the exact
People are like,
number.
okay, consistency. No, this is the fucking king of consistency, bro.
Yo, but consistency is huge
I know. Yeah.
for anything you do.
And it's so easy.
It's huge.
Well, it's not easy, but like it's easy to not follow up.
It's
to
huge.
go the easy route, yeah.
Like, no matter what you do, like, I see a lot of my peers are. Look, I've been at it for 20 some years now. I've seen a lot of people come and go because they always do that mistake of setting themselves expectations while before doing it. That's a huge mistake. Is because, like we said earlier, nothing is gonna go according to plan.
No.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
It's impossible. No matter what you do, like, don't set yourself too much expectations or like, oh, wait, I need to do this. I need to reach out this amount of numbers. No. Like, because you're gonna get disappointed, and disappointed leads to like quitting. It does.
Just do.
Just do.
Yeah.
I can't be more. I can't be more honest about this. I can't stress it enough. Just do. Just be yourself. Whatever it is, like really, like you want to be a hockey player, just do. But do the work too. Like I mean, like I did sacrifices when people were going out partying at night. I stayed home, make songs, work on my craft. The saying like you have to put 10,000 hours to become a master of your craft. Well, I did it times 10. Wayne Gretzky did the same thing. He practiced, like he put in the work,
Like,
sacrifices.
Parties will always be there. Material
Yeah.
things will always be there.
Yeah.
Time will go away, dude. And if
Yeah.
you don't spend that time working on your craft, well, you know,
Well,
you'll
if
be
you'd
disappointed.
rather, like, let me put it like this.
Okay.
If you prefer to go party all night with your buddies instead of working on this new song that you just produced and be passionate about it, it's because you're not doing it for the right reasons. At the end of the day,
Doing it for clout.
whatever. It could be cloud. Back then there was no cloud, so,
I guess so,
there
yeah.
was no YouTuber.
Go check
social
out my
media-
MySpace. You know what I mean?
MySpace, or go buy my CD at HMVs. But
Yeah. HMV, holy shit, that's old.
Throwback. But bro, that's how I started. And let me put that into perspective now. When I started, you had to print your own CDs. You have to put in the money. It's no DistroKid that anyone could just release a song like that.
Yeah.
You had to like actually find a studio, buy beats, not YouTube beats. Buy legit beats.
Yeah, seriously.
Get them engineered, mix, and then print your CDs, and then shop them to distributors. It's just, at the end of the day, it makes it even more. How can I say that? It makes your passion more official, and it makes it more
Personalized.
but
Yeah.
also the real ones will go all the way. Like if you're really, really dedicated to it, you'll do it. You'll find a way to put your CDs in stores, in
Yeah.
HMVs, even if you're broke. And that's what we did. And I had at one point 50 CDs in stores. From like the Meuniers, the Districons, the Righteous, the Almiros, the Grimaud, name it. Like I work with, at one point DFP, we were like 60 deep people. Like so, no man, and that's what we talked about an hour earlier. Like how the market is so saturated now.
What's your opinion on the current state of affairs of the
it
hip hop
sucks.
industry? Yeah.
It sucks. And there's stuff I love out there. There really is stuff I love. I'm a fan of Griselda. I'm a fan of Larry June. Larry June is my favorite rapper right now.
Shout out.
But I'm not the only one that's gonna say that. But everything's so diluted. Is that a word? Yeah.
Yeah.
Saturated.
Absolutely.
Everyone's trying to sound like the next person or the first person.
Everybody's trying to create clickbait.
Clickbaits. There's a lot of that, and that sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. And the way that people discover music sucks now. Like, for real, you're gonna fall in love with a song because you heard a 10-second clip on TikTok. That's how you're gonna love the song, and sometimes you don't even know what the rest of the song is.
That's what I'm saying. I'm creating TikToks right now, okay? Because I do like my reels and stuff. I'm creating TikToks right now, and you can see like the whole sample of the song. So it's like a minute or two, max 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And the rest of the song is garbage, dude.
Yeah.
Like-
Those songs are created for that.
That's it. Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you're not even creating music for yourself.
No.
You're creating it for a platform that maybe it's not going to be there in 5 years from now. Because let's remember, 5 years from before this, there was no TikTok. Like so,
There was no AI as
there
well.
was no AI. So, but again, I do it for myself. Like I just dropped an album last year called Soundtrack, and it has 36 artists on it. There's songs on there. There's 7 minutes. At the end of the day, I don't care like what the trends are. Like I don't care where this is going. I'm just doing it for myself. No one's gonna remember Lil Pump, but everyone's gonna remember Nas, for example.
Wow.
For real.
Absolutely.
You
It's about
would-
the legacy you leave, man.
Well, yeah. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
that's what I live for.
Fuck, that's so true, bro. I
No.
totally forgot about Lil Pump.
Yeah, no, but like no one cares.
No one cares.
He was the #1 rapper that year, but no one's gonna
Wow.
remember him
Yeah.
at all.
But you say Nas, bro. Everybody knows.
Yeah, but he's
You say
still
Eminem, you
relevant
say
right now.
Dr.
He
Dre,
just
yeah,
dropped
true.
like 3 solid album. King's Disease, like his.
Nas was amazing, bro.
But like I said, it goes back to why are you doing this? I always compare it to you want to be a McDonald's or you want to be a garden. That's it. You rather be a garden that's going to come back every year, plant seeds,
Water it daily.
water it daily. Sometimes you get crops, sometimes you don't, but you have to live with it. Plant more seeds, plant different seeds. But at the end of the day, that garden's coming back all the time. So you want to be a Lil Pump or
Nas.
Or Nas.
Beautiful garden, yeah.
yeah.
And sometimes in the in that garden, there's weeds. Okay.
Yes.
Mental health.
Yes. Yes.
What is
That's good. I love that.
What is your
Very
deep? What's your darkest moment, Quest, in your career that you came back from? I know I can ask you this because I know you'd be real with me. What is your darkest moment, man, and what did you do to overcome that?
Wow, there's a few. I losing relationships, like that's dark. It could be friendships, could be sometimes your family not really believing in what you're doing, and then creating strange relationships with that. Losing your girlfriends or your
Partners, long
your
time
partner,
partners,
because you're so devoted to it and so dedicated to becoming that entrepreneur, I guess, that creator, and the rest takes aside, right? And it's not something that I wanted to do, but it just happens, and that's sometimes that will happen. Those were dark, but I still kept going, and I would say even those ex-girlfriends are still like relevant or still present in my life. So in any shape, size, or form, or just by still having a conversation with them. But those sacrifices you have to do sometimes, those are hard. But one of the darkest period of my life was losing one of my best friends last year to he drowned, and I'm not gonna go into details that much, but he was an artist also I was working with, and shout out Dip Black,
Yeah.
and
Shout out, man. Rest in peace.
he's we became really close, him and I, and we became we developed a very strong bond. An artist I really love to work with, and also a human I really love to spend time with, and he taught me a lot of stuff of life, and that was a dark time too. And that same time I was working on that soundtrack project, which he's on it, and that's the last verse I have from him on that project. Which was, looking back, I'm always gonna like at least cherish the fact that I was able to get him, or life was able to give us that chance to have him on that project. But that was a dark time. Yeah, that was a dark time. I lost a lot of people too in my life, like even during the DFB era. Nasio is another good example too, which I worked closely with, and he overdosed. And yeah, but I'm also not the type that thinks a lot about negative outcomes too much, or negative circumstances.
So you view every opportunity as a learning opportunity.
Yeah, yeah, as much as possible, obviously, but because there's always going to be something, anyways. So there's always going to be
That's true.
learning curves or obstacles or things thrown your way, like that you have to deal with. Economy, financial challenges, anything, name it. Like, but at the end of the day, you decide the way you approach it, and you learn from it, and you then start to build this this reflex of like learning, looking at things differently.
Yeah.
And moving on, not necessarily moving on, but like adapting to it quickly.
Yeah, and it's hard too to adapt to like that daily grind.
Yeah.
That daily, like, you know, that constant, you know, you always have something to do, that constant grind. It's hard to adapt to, for sure. But once you're in it, man, you can't stop, right?
Bro, it's a daily grind. Like,
Yeah.
it's nonstop. Like, I can't lie. Like, I'm not gonna say that to young kids that want to become producers full time. That's gonna be easy. It's not.
It's gonna be hell, man. Yeah.
It's not.
You gotta love it.
You have to love it. If you want to be a boxer, you don't think you're gonna be a boxer and not receive punches, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna get punched in the face. Like, you're gonna get
fucking
kicked
day.
in the balls.
Yep.
Like, it's not gonna be easy, but it shouldn't be either. Like, but you just gotta love the grind, man. Like, and it's a daily grind. I was grinding this morning, like, but at the end of the day, I love every second of it, and I'm proud of everything I've done, like, and everything I was able to accomplish. And that's very important, to be proud of what you do, and like, and be proud of, like, I'm gonna tell you a good example. Like, not too long ago, I was stopped at a red light, and this guy right beside me car pulls up, red light on Maisonneuve, and then he's blasting a song and rapping every lyric, and it's a song I produced.
Wow.
and rapping every lyric and like it's super like into it and blasting the song and really loving it. And that was one of the best moments I've ever had in my career. Like
Wow.
it just shows you like it's
Ton
very,
résultat apporte tes fruits. Like,
right,
you know what I mean?
in a
It actually,
sense.
yeah.
But if it wasn't for that moment, I would have never knew. But that's what it is. Like you never know. I didn't know you like knew DFP like before we started talking outside today. So
Délai de fil de production, man. That's
Yeah.
we used to scream that shit in high school, man. That was really good, man. That was Smack La Vitrine.
Yeah.
That was like one of the most like popular songs. Like in high school, bro. Like we used to be like the little skaters, you know.
Yes.
So we used to
Yeah.
bump that shit, man.
yeah, and I remember when we shot that video. Shout out to
Where'd you shoot that again?
where was it shot? It
Was it the Saint Raymond skate park?
No, it's
This is very Gatineau, by the way, guys. So if you're not listening from Gatineau, like good luck.
it's the one. Fuck, what's that area called? Cité des Jeunes.
Mont Bleu?
Right, the skate park behind, like at the beginning of Cité des Jeunes.
Yeah, it's Saint Raymond.
Saint Raymond, yeah, that one. Yeah, exactly. All
Yeah.
right. So the beginning of Cité des Jeunes and Saint Raymond, that quartier. What's it called again? That quartier.
Wrightville?
Not Wrightville.
Lac des Fées?
No, not on the other side.
I don't know.
Où il y a un métro là, il y a un Tim Hortons.
Oh, well, it's beside the Bédard there, but it's...
Bédard,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what it's called. We
That's
used
the
to call
blocks,
it,
bro.
Yeah, we used to call that area Bédard.
Yeah.
So that we shot it in there, then in that neighborhood, and it's Plaza that shot that video.
Hey, shout out, man. Elmer guy.
Patrick Lazinski from
Yep.
Elmer, and he's the first guy that ever saw shoot a music video. Him and Charlie, actually. Him and Ali Fakfouri. They're both from Elmer, actually. That's
Okay.
funny. But Plaz is the actual first guy that shot a DFP video.
Really?
Like, that's the first one.
Yeah.
Smack les vitrines. And Righteous is on that song, too, who lived in those blocks. That's how we went. That's why we went there in that
And those
area.
blocks were the real deal, bro.
Yeah.
They were the real deal, man.
There's a lot of stories there, too. Holy shit.
I used to go to the corner store in the basement.
Yeah.
The old Chinese
Yeah,
guy.
is it still there? Like
I think
that
it is.
corner store?
I think it
Jesus.
is.
Yeah.
I don't want to get this guy out of. Okay, that's where I went to go get my beer, and I maybe was not 18 years old, but
You don't give a shit.
they don't give a shit, man.
No.
You got money? Perfect. Here
Of
you
course.
Go. It was
I used to
awesome.
buy single cigarettes there, like
Single cigarettes.
yeah, for 25 cents, like,
You know you're in the block, dude, when they're fucking selling single
like,
cigarettes.
of single cigarettes. Who knows about that now?
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
But yeah, that's yeah, Bédard, Les Places Bédard. That's where we shot that video, and wow, that's kickstarted a lot of things in my life. That's actually why I started doing shooting videos myself too eventually. But that's the first actual DFB video, music video.
Wow.
Smack les vitrines. There was one before. There was Jrab à Elmiros, like I said, that was shot by Ali Fakfouri that I'm talking about. Have you ever seen that video?
No.
No. I'm in it too.
Okay.
Like, so that was the first one, but then Smack les vitrines not too long after. But that put me on the map too. And shout out to Plaz. He taught me a lot about video making. He was on board. He shot that video for free too. Like a lot of things were happening back then, right? Like you're grinding. We're all part of that that mentality of we want to like work together, and that's something we don't see anymore.
People are putting paywalls in front of everything.
Yeah, they're
You want an
putting paywall-
opportunity?
Yeah,
Give me $50 a month.
yeah, a lot of that, and it's sad. A lot of also like, why should I do that? I never questioned that. Like I've never Plus didn't question that back then.
It's all about your legacy, man. It's
all-
coming back to
all
your
about-
legacy.
He was learning at the same time stuff. So we all had that mentality of street smarts and learning from each other and like working towards the same goal, but not seeing a paycheck or seeing a dollar sign at the end of the day.
Do you
And
believe in karma?
I do.
Yeah.
Or I believe in
Well, pretty much a law of attraction.
yeah. And I also believe like that not results you're gonna see right away.
Yeah.
I really believe that. Like not all the results you're gonna see right away. You're gonna have to do stuff for free. You have to sacrifice your time. You gotta have to work on projects you don't really like, but at the end of the day, they're all gonna pay up. And it happened to me in the last years, right? Like I got a chance to go see Akhenaton in Marseille, which was a blessing. Or was an idol. I don't know if you know him, but
No, but wait, isn't he's like the fucking OG? He's like the grandfather of
French hip hop. Yeah, in France.
So you met him?
Yeah.
Wow.
Last 2 years ago with the track.
Jesus, how was that? That must have been cool.
It
Were you a fan of him before?
Of course.
Okay.
I was growing in high school listening to his music.
Wow. So you met that guy, bro.
I met that guy. I spent 5 days with him.
Wow.
I went to his studio in France where he recorded the songs that I was listening to.
Holy shit.
Now, so think about that. That was the biggest paycheck I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
But again, it goes back to what your perspective is, right? So am I seeing dollar signs or am I seeing life goals or accomplishments?
But sometimes experiences are better than the dollar sign.
Of course they are. That has no value. Going over there, chilling in his studio where we recorded those songs has no value. And I got that opportunity because of all the sacrifices I've done before that. And I really believe that. I really do believe in that. So at the end of the day, like I said, the results you're not going to see right away.
Damn, man.
You're not.
No, you're not. No.
You're not. We're talking, I did this trip in 2021. Sorry, this beer is making me.
No worries, man.
I did this trip in 2021 and I started my career in 2001. So 20 years after, right? So at the end of the day, you have to, like I said, consistency, be true to yourself, be patient.
Yeah.
But in this era, it's tough. Everything's so like quick now, and like everyone wants result right away. So
That's what I'm saying.
So that's tough. So like it's tough to like try to educate the younger generation about like be patient and just
Be in the now. Be present.
be in the now and be yourself and just try to savor those moments. But because you're not seeing those streams right away, you become disappointed.
Do you have any daily routines to like keep your head straight and keep your mind straight from all like the daily noise you have or all the daily work you have?
Not enough. I should have more routine of that, like meditation or stuff like that. But
that's what I was gonna ask. So you don't meditate? You don't?
No, I feel lucky. I do it organically, subconsciously. For example, taking a shower. If I'm taking a shower, that's my moment.
How do you view that as meditation?
Because everything's blocked. I'm not going to shower with a phone, so I leave the phone out. I'm going to shower. The sound, the water really camouflages your ear, right? So you're not listening to whatever is happening outside. So shower has been my place to meditate from forever, and I was doing it without even knowing.
So you're saying there's different kinds of meditation, like
Of course.
you don't have to like like be in a yogi pose and do breath work and stuff.
I don't think so.
Really?
No, I don't. I think just going for a walk at night before going to bed is a good way to meditate.
Yeah.
For me, it was also creating beats,
Wow.
making beats.
Yeah.
I would block off everything, close the phone, and just focus on making music at the moment, whatever comes out. I was lucky to have that, I guess, curiosity and talent. But making beats or being in the moment, making music, that's a good way to meditate as well. So there's different ways, absolutely. For some people, it might be cooking. For some people, it might be boxing. I don't know. You just have to find your way. Like I said, I don't think there's a traditional way. Absolutely not. I think you decide at the end of the day, whatever is your system, whatever is your technique.
And is it healthy for me?
Is it healthy for you?
If it's detrimental to my health, like maybe rethink the way you're meditating.
It could be drugs. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I'm an advocate. I'm an advocate of like obviously soft drugs. I've done it myself. I feel lucky I didn't go into hard drugs too much, even with the surroundings I've had.
Yeah, for sure.
But at the end of the day, you decide what it is. Like, all right, so you know why people call me Poppa Quest?
Why?
Because that name comes from like 2004 or
Well,
5.
Quest comes from A Tribe Called Quest.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Poppa Quest came after. It was like a surname, I guess, or like a nickname. It came because when I was doing sessions with the artists I was working with, they often saw it as a therapy session. The sessions, the studio sessions, the recordings. And in a sense, it is. It's very therapeutic. They get a chance to like get something off their chest. Almiros is a good example. He's done song on his mental health. He's done songs on his separations. He's done songs on name it, right? So he's put it out there. But it's also a way to get those things off the chest. So that's a good way to have therapy in a sense. And also, but the names start become very familiar because I started working with a lot of people, and they would come to see me because those sessions were therapeutic, and they would see it as a way to like have venting sessions or open up. And also the way I would approach the session is you come in my space, we work together on this song, we can like have this moment together, right? We're both creating something together, so let's be open and let's just be vulnerable. And
So you're not trapped as an artist. There's no guidelines. It's look, dude, have fun.
yeah,
It's your stage. Do what you want, you know?
yeah,
Wow.
that's it. That's it. And I've met so many people throughout my career, like
And that's why
probably-
people have a lot of good things to say about you too, man, because they're comfortable around you and they can be themselves too.
Well, that's like, again, number one thing. Be yourself.
Yeah.
Be yourself.
So
Especially in
much
this
fake shit, man.
especially in this world where we try to like I had people like come in the studio session and be like, hey, can you make me sound like this person? Can you make me sound like Future? There's so much of that, but at the end of the day, just be yourself. And I'm hope to the best I'm not trying to be someone else. I hope to the best that I try to be the person that I am in the most authentic way possible and vulnerable way possible. And if at the end of the day you feel like you benefit from that, good. Good. Because I'm just trying to leave a legacy behind and something positive for people. If I can influence someone else to be a quest of his own, good. And that's where the name comes from, too, Quest.
Yeah.
Because series of quests and stuff like that. So it's a tribute to A Tribe Called Quest, but it's also the way I try to see life, like series of
As quests, yeah.
a series of small wins and victories. Yeah.
Wow. Well, like, look, artists, producers, actors, whatever, man. They all, to me, they all have the similarity of storytelling.
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself a storyteller?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Even if I don't talk,
Yeah.
it could be done through sounds.
It talks for itself.
Yeah.
Your work talks for itself.
But through music, through I always believed, like, first of all, I was attracted to music before I was attracted to lyrics on a song. When I heard Billie Jean, I didn't fall in love with the lyrics of Michael Jackson. I fell in love with the production, like the sounds, the music, and I strongly believe a story can be told in many ways. For example, a movie. You watch a movie without the soundtrack is not the same.
Oh, I want your opinion. You grew up in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. Okay, I need
Why
your
do you
opinion
think
on
I
this.
called my album soundtrack?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
80s movies, okay?
They're the best,
They're
yeah.
the best.
Yes.
And there's nothing even comparable. The 90s are pretty good too. It depends on, I grew up in the 2000s, early 2000s, so some of them were still there,
Yeah.
but dude, the movie scene nowadays is even worse than the music scene.
Yeah, it's very bad.
Like, I'm a comic book fan. I love Marvel. I love
Yeah.
DC and stuff, but bro, there's please personalize it a little bit. Like, it's too
very
much.
bad. It's very bad. Everything's so commercialized now, and all right, 80s movies were the best.
Yeah.
Everything was so authentic. Obviously, CGI kind of changed a lot of things too, but I'm an '80s baby, so I grew up watching Indiana Jones, the first ones, not this last one.
No, with Harrison Ford, like when he was younger.
Yeah, the actual Harrison Ford.
Yeah, actually him. Yeah.
I haven't watched the latest one, so I'm not gonna like debate it. But
You shouldn't, man. Don't.
No, I don't want to do
It'll
that to
ruin your
myself.
experience.
I know exactly.
Yeah.
That's what people have said. But I grew up watching actual movies and Die Hards and stuff like that. Predator is one of my favorite movies ever. But
Blade. You like Blade?
Blade?
Yeah.
Which one?
Blade the Vampire Slayer?
That's not 80s, but yes.
90s. My bad.
Yes.
My bad.
They're supposed to bring it back too.
Oh, of course.
Do you know that? All right. That's one of the first Marvel movies.
Blade.
Yeah.
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 With
Not
Wesley
a lot
Snipes.
of people know that.
No, they know.
No.
I know.
People think it's Iron Man.
That's where the MCU started.
Yes,
man. Yeah.
but Blade was the first one.
Yeah.
Oh no, Spawn was the first one.
Yeah. Oh my God, Spawn! Holy shit, that's.
You
old.
remember that
Yeah,
one?
I do. Blade though is more in my mind, like
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes, man,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
backflips and shit. That
But
was crazy.
The first one's good.
Very good.
Yeah, but that's a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
People forget about that.
Yeah.
I'm more DC, but yes.
Yeah, me too. All right, cool.
yeah.
All right, so what do you think of Batman, man? What do you think of the new Batman? Did you see that one?
Dark Knight is the best one, obviously.
Absolutely, hands down. There's no
not
debate.
even
No.
no debate.
No.
That movie's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Whether it's a comic book movie or not, it's in my top 10. The new Batman's good though. With Pattinson, that's his name.
Yeah. Robert Pattinson, yeah, Mr. Twilight.
Patterson.
Yeah.
The vampire, yeah.
Yeah. So like you can make correlation between like creating albums and a movie.
Yeah.
So like how like what's the process of like I don't know like putting your ideas into an album and like making a story that actually makes sense from intro to outro? You know, like what's the process, dude? Like what is
Wow. That's a good question. I've never been asked this question too before. And also, I'm a big advocate of putting albums together. I love.
that's what I'm saying. That's dead now.
Right now it's dead.
Yeah.
Obviously, that era's gone. But for me, I grew up listening to albums that had a story from top to bottom, right? So, and my best example is the score by Fugees, which is in my top 10. Aliens by Outkast as well. But even the way I created the soundtrack, which I dropped last year, was a story from top to bottom. I think it's important to go back to the question is, how do you create that process? I don't know how to answer that specifically because I just did. Obviously, when you start, you get a glimpse idea of what
You
the
have like a
album's-
story
yeah,
in mind?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You do have an idea of where the album should sound like or what the overall idea, but nothing again is gonna go according to plan.
Of course. Yeah.
Some features might be added later, or some songs might be subtracted and some added. That happens a lot during the process of making an album. You could start with 10 songs and then it finishes with 15, right? So, but you just start with the overall idea. And how you get that idea is by just having a conversation with the artist. That's it. And also being true to that moment. When we did Admiral's rap album, he came to me with 3 song ideas. That's how it started. He had 3 ideas of a song that he was putting together. No beats yet, but he had those song ideas. And then we started working on those beats to match his song ideas. And then the album expanded from that, from 3 songs.
Wow.
And then it became a 20-song album or something like that. But
So you had this nucleus. You
Yeah.
had this
Yeah.
this middle ground that then you just like, branched
it
off. into-
starts with one thing.
Wow.
Yeah. One thing. And those 3 songs are not the beginning songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like stuck in the middle of the album. They're like maybe song 7, 10, 12. But we built from that. And that's the first time I explained that to anyone, actually.
Wow.
I'm
There
just
you go.
having a moment right now. That's the first time I actually explained this. But that's how albums start. From anything. And that's the same, again, comparison to a garden. You start by planting tomatoes, peppers. You don't know what's gonna come around it, right? But at the end of maybe next year, you have a full garden.
Yeah. So you're like this musical architect. So you start off with like the bass, and if the bass isn't solid, the rest will not work.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
dream, the project will not work, right?
Yeah, and also I don't think too much far ahead.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not thinking, oh shit, we need 15 songs for this project. If not, it's a flop. But no, I start with those 3 songs in the case of Almiros, and then, all right, one song's done. The second one's done. Oh, we see they match in the sense. All right, they vibe together. And then eventually, after those 3 songs are done, I get a sense of what he likes in terms of like sounds and beats. I started proposing beats to him. I could send him like 10 beats the next week. All right, I love beat number 1, 2, 3. He picks 10 beats of that.
Yeah.
We got our next 3 songs. So it starts creating like that, and then so on and so on, and then maybe 6 months after or 8 months after, it's like having a baby, I guess, a pregnancy. You start having this full-on album, and it starts taking shape. But because you're not thinking too far ahead, they still kind of mesh together, and they mash and they match, and they always have the same vibe, even though the story was not clear. Because you're doing it in an organic way, the story tells itself.
Whoa.
It really
Fuck.
does.
Yeah.
It really does. And I don't know if people understand the album I'm talking about, with people listening, but if they get a chance to listen, they'll listen from top to bottom. They'll see they all match together, but they were not done in the idea that they should match together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're just telling a story at the same time. And people, what they don't understand while listening to a song is my imprint is on this too. I'm telling my story too at the same time while doing the mixing or the beat, because I'm living through a separation at that moment, and he's doing a song on separation. I don't know, So we're both going in that direction together.
So you really you go with the flow,
Yeah.
literally, and you're a dreamer
In everything.
In everything,
Yeah.
like and it all started with a dream. What's Dreamland?
Well, Dreamland is the continuation of DFP.
Yeah.
I did 10 years of Daily Tweet Production, and I wanted to, or the calling was to rebrand or like get a different name, and it happened in 2019, right before the pandemic. The Dreamland idea is because a rapper I was working with at that time called Heavy. He was the rapper I was working with the most in those years. He did a song called One Night in Dreamland. He called it that. And I was like, oh, I like that title, Dreamland. And back then, I didn't know about Dreamville, J. Cole's group.
Yeah,
I didn't even know about them. I really didn't.
Yeah.
And people compare Dreamland, Dreamville. I didn't even know about Dreamville at all, in all fairness. But I like the idea of the song. Dreamland is the idea that and then I asked him the question, like, why One Night in Dreamland? He's like, I don't know. That's how I called Ottawa. The land of dreams. Because you dream, but nothing accomplishes. You dream a lot about dreams, but you have to leave to make those dreams accomplish. And that's how he described Ottawa in the song.
It doesn't have to be like that, though.
No, it
shouldn't
doesn't.
Be like
And
that.
we could have a whole podcast on that, but that's where the name comes from. And then I was like, yo, I like that, Dreamland. So I started rebranding, and then the FP became Dreamland right there.
Wow.
As simple as that. And there's no big story behind it. It's just, I always felt like it was a land of dreams as well, but I stayed here to try to change those things. How that we don't retain people here.
How do you do that though? Like for the dreamers out there, like and they're in the city of Ottawa or Gatineau. How do you get them to stay?
By creating platforms, and by creating an ecosystem. There's no
Supporting each other.
ecosystem. Yeah, there's none here. That starts with that.
Yeah.
It starts with, like, for example, we were at Pale Mile an hour ago. When I went to France, all restaurants, local businesses, they play local music. We don't.
No.
That's a problem. Starts like that.
Wow.
It starts with that. Creating your ecosystem, creating a way of supporting that people like the creators, the entrepreneurs, the business people, the artists, all feed into that ecosystem with no competition, with no sense of like, I want to do my own thing. No, everyone feed into it. And then let's start creating this ecosystem.
But same thing as artists, same thing with podcasts and stuff. Like, oh my God, there's millions out there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never going to make it.
Yeah.
Just fucking, who
Just
cares,
do it,
dude? Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
I want to slap those people.
Yeah. Do you think out of the 2 million people, is half of them are consistent? No, not at all.
No.
Not at all, dude.
No, but just do it.
Yeah.
That feeds into the ecosystem. You're doing your part right now by having us interviews. You're interviewing people. I got the attention of you because of Cham, because he name dropped me. Shout out to Cham, by the way.
Shout out, yeah. He's gotten enough fucking shout outs, dude.
No, but he's fucking funny,
He's the
that
best,
dude.
bro. He's the fucking best.
And I love it because I got to see him at his beginning too. Anyways,
Yeah.
that's another podcast. But he would come to my studio before he was Cham that people know now.
Yeah,
So he would come with Misa in the studio. So, but it starts with creating the ecosystem. Having people create platforms, opportunities, radio stations that play local music, festivals,
And when those people actually
plays,
blow
venues
up,
for performances,
events,
events.
yeah.
A lot of people are trying to do that. We see that in Place Laval. We see that in
Ergon.
Ergon.
Yeah.
Ergon. Yeah, absolutely. On the Ottawa side, we see that with Cranium Festival. If you don't know, you know
No.
that? There you go. You should go check it out.
Absolutely.
Cranium. And then I do my own festival as well, called Homegrown Cultivé Ici.
Yes,
So
sir.
everyone should just like mettre la main à la pâte, like we say in French, and just provide to that ecosystem. And that will be the start of like what the rest is going to happen like in retaining people. I stayed here because I wanted to do that. I could have left in Montreal years ago, like everyone does here. Everyone.
But once that plant sprouts, like once that flower sprouts, you need to also support it, man.
Yeah.
Like Mind Flip.
Yeah.
Dude, like you said to me earlier, like if you ask like anybody, like, who is the most popular rapper in Gatineau, a lot of people are not going to answer that question.
Yeah.
Mind
don't
Flip
know.
is opening for fucking Flo Rida, dude. Like this guy is his song went platinum.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Shout out Mindflip.
Yeah.
Like he's the most dedicated, driven artist I've ever met in my life.
I can't wait to meet him, man.
He's driven. Like you've never seen someone like that. Like
Yeah.
he knows is what he wants, and no one is gonna stop it.
Yeah.
And good. I love that.
You need to be like that.
You need to. And he shouts out Gatineau all the time in Ottawa and all, like in the region where we're from. So it starts with that. Like Belly doesn't do that.
That's true. And for people who don't know, Belly's from Ottawa.
He doesn't. Dax doesn't do that. He's from Ottawa too.
See?
That's a problem. If you're not gonna like be proud of where you're from, we need to change that.
Yeah.
We need to change that perspective or that narrative. So I want to try to do that and be a part of that change in a sense, but
It will happen. Slowly.
of
Slowly
course,
but surely.
well, it already happens as we're
already started,
speaking
yeah.
right now. I've never seen the city so more culturally develop or inclined.
Yeah.
I've never seen it like that. It used to be very fucking boring here. Like
my
there's
God, yeah.
nothing culturally happening. Now I go to like pop-ups all the time. Like every weekend there's like different pop-ups of artists. Like it's beautiful to see this. It's happening.
Yeah, like
It's happening.
local music events. Like, man,
Yes.
like we need this stuff.
Yeah, we
man.
need this stuff, but we need to like support it,
Yeah.
and we need to be proud of it as a whole entity.
Do you think it's because of the government government employee influence on us? Like it's very conservative and stuff, and like everybody stay in their lane, do their
It plays a role on it.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously, it does.
Yeah.
Politicians, everything's so slow here.
It's called tall poppy syndrome. Like they have that in the UK too.
Yeah.
Like like in the US, you tend to like more like, okay, like, oh, you want to, I don't know, start a business? Go ahead, man.
Yeah.
We'll support you, whatever.
they
but in
want-
the UK, they'll like wait, you're gonna start a business? Why don't you just get a normal job and just be like everybody else?
we
right?
have this here.
Yeah.
And Ottawa's very UK. influence.
Yeah.
You can tell, like, by just the architecture and the mindset, the parliament, and all that, the politics. They're all UK inspired. So, but at the end of the day, it's just we're starting to see a change of the cards. Obviously, all these baby boomers are leaving posts. They're leaving their places. It's all up to us, the next generation, to like take that flag and just run with it, or take the pole or take the position and make the most out of it. But everything's so slow here. Like, it takes forever just to have a train that works, right? So, or a transit system that works. But
Yeah, it's a grind.
it's a grind. It's a grind, and we have to be aware of that. It's fine. Look at the Senators. They're playing outside the city. Like,
It's terrible. I know.
it's terrible. There's no excuse for that. Like, and everyone that goes sees a game, they go because of the opposite team.
I know,
so
it's
funny.
sad. Well, I talked about this before. Like, dude, like it's 45 minutes away from anyone in Ottawa. Okay, it's in the middle of nowhere. It's not easy to access.
Yeah.
If you want to drink, good luck, because the tax is going to be $200.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted Snoop Dogg to buy the team so bad.
Yeah.
To bring culture
Or
to
Ryan
this
Reynolds,
goddamn city. We
yeah.
need culture.
Yeah.
We have the team. The logo's cool. The colors are cool. Everything works.
And
Just-
it's an amazing team. The brand works.
yeah,
Yes,
the
it
brand
does.
works. It's
Yeah.
just there's no culture, man.
Yeah.
Put it downtown.
Yeah.
People from Gatineau will go over across the
Yeah.
bridge to watch the fucking hockey games, man. It will work.
Yeah.
But they're I don't know why it's taking time. We need culture in
There's
Ottawa.
politics like this. Like, it's so strange. There's no
Yeah.
reason why it shouldn't be downtown right now.
Absolutely.
The land is there, the Brent Flats.
Yeah.
They're even thinking of doing it where the National Defense Building is, behind Rideau Center.
Okay, yeah.
Those
Yeah,
buildings?
Yep.
They want to tear them down.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
that'd be
Because
amazing.
they're abandoned right now.
Yeah.
Like, there.
You know how much life
That would bring?
You know?
I know. And then another case is the Slush Puppy Center.
Oh my god. Just the name, bro.
It's awful.
We can't have nice things.
Why is it over there?
I know.
It should have been way closer to downtown.
Yeah.
Hall is dying downtown. Like, I don't get it.
Hull used to be like, well, especially probably when you were younger.
Yeah.
Hull used to be fucking
Yeah.
popping, dude.
There's nothing.
Dead.
Zippy's trying to do something. I get it. But
yeah.
yeah, it should have been there. Robert Gartin, that was the perfect place. It was fine.
Yeah.
They're doing a police headquarters there.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Nothing to do with culture. Anyways, speaking of culture, I'm going to do a segue
Oh shit.
because I have more beers too.
Oh hell yeah.
This is a beer from my festival.
Oh my god, dude.
Cultivé
Cinquième
ici.
Baron, shout
Yeah.
out. Thank you,
Cinquième
sir.
Baron. They're doing things too.
Wow.
Shout out to them.
Pale
They're
Ale
doing
Américain.
beautiful things. All Elmer dudes, Elmer people. They sponsored that beer. That was my last year's festival, like 2022. It's called Cultivé ici, and my name's on it too.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I showed my mom, and she's like, "Yo, you made it, son."
Holy shit, the Spotify logo. If you scan this, does this go to you?
It goes to a Spotify playlist.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, dude,
yeah.
this is awesome.
From the people performing that year.
Marketing on this is
Yeah, no, people don't even know you can scan this. Yeah.
marketing on this
Yeah.
is pretty good.
Yeah.
Got to get the cozies, man. Got to get the cozies.
So my name's on the beer, so like
That's crazy, man.
That's a paycheck too, right there. Like, I knew I made it now.
Yeah, you're on. Just scan the beer, bro. Just scan the beer.
So, yeah, shout out to Cinquième Baron. They made that beer for us at the festival, and the festival is happening again this year,
Wow.
3rd edition,
When?
September 8, 9, 15, 16.
I'll be there.
It's 4 days.
I will be there.
And it's free. It's outside, marina, family friendly, free, local music. Why do you think it's called Homegrown?
Yeah. I got to go there and meet the homies, man.
It's called
Yeah.
Homegrown, Cultivé ici, because it's always going to showcase people from here. Always.
Ooh, that's good.
Only that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh my god, dude, it's like sweet. That's awesome. Quest,
So-
what's your most memorable moment, man?
Oh, man. Meeting at Kenaton, obviously.
Yeah, eh? Nothing else compares to that.
It's tough to compare. Like, that's, it's like for
Flying
someone.
across the world, doing what you love.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And getting paid to do that, and traveling and being with friends. I was there with the track, Craven, Thomas, and Jose. We were 5 boys just chilling in Marseille and chilling with someone we grew up listening to. How can you compare anything to that? Like it's tough, obviously, to like for something to surpass that would have to be me chilling with Method Man, I guess.
Well, yeah.
Now that's my
Dreamland
next.
Studios right
that's
there,
my
buddy.
next manifestation. If you're listening, Method Man or whatever, that would be my next one. But that is a surreal moment. That Kenaton trip. I know a lot of people listening might not even know who that is, but it's like comparing. He's the OG of OG French rappers. It's like saying you met Jay-Z, for example. I don't know. But chilling in his home with his family.
In his home.
In his home. Over there. And like, it's tough. It's tough to like find something else more.
Is he down to earth guy?
Very.
Yeah, I guess so.
Very.
Yeah.
Very. And that was beautiful. If it was not, it would have not made the same sense, that trip.
Yeah.
But he's the one who invited us, by the way.
Wow.
We didn't plan
He
that trip.
reached out to you?
Yeah, TRK. He said, because they have a song together,
Yeah,
he's like, I have a lot of time on my hands right now. We're not doing any shows. We're not producing albums. You want to come down and shoot a video for that song? He asked that. Literally. TRK is like, really? Yeah, so we trying to finesse some money, and we made the trip happen. But that's very hard to compare anything else to that. But a lot of my moments in my career are very satisfying or very enjoyable. Looking back, I'm very proud of every every one of them. Like I said, like stopping at red light, seeing someone there, like enjoying your song, or even having this kid. Yeah, this kid, I forgot his name, obviously, because it was in 2011. He reached out to us, me and District 11, saying that one of his Make-A-Wish type thing, foundation type thing, was to meet us in the hospital. You can't really put in perspective things like that. You just can't.
Wow.
And when you're doing the music, you don't really do it knowing that people are listening like this.
So you get this sense of like all the hard work I put in, all the hours, all the fucking stress.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I changed someone's life.
Or try
impact,
to, or
yeah.
make his life better in this case of this kid.
Wow.
Who was making just a wish to meet us. And at the end of the day, like, you don't really feel like you're anything special. Why would he want to meet us? But we went, and that was it keeps you really grounded. It really does. And I'll never forget a moment like that. It happened a couple times in my career, but that specific moment, I don't know if the kid is still around us at this moment, just to put it in perspective. But yeah, it goes back to saying, like, well, why are you doing this at the end of the day?
Yeah. What's your why?
What's your why? Like, that person we made his life better because of one song. It was a song called Done To, I remember, like District 11 song. And that song, Done To, the message is pretty much, lâche pas, t'es capable, tu peux accomplir tout ce que tu veux. And I'm really proud of that song too. And
would that be the message for Young Quest? Let's say Young Quest is starting his career today, and now. Would that be something you would give that as motivation? Give him as motivation? What would you tell yourself if you started off today?
I would say that it's gonna be a bumpy ride, my friend. And be
Attache
prepared.
ta tuque avec la broche.
Attache ta tuque. Comme qu'on dit en bon gatinois. Attache ta tuque. Puis garde ta ceinture tight. Attache ta ceinture. Puis, so it's gonna be a bumpy ride. But you're gonna be proud of it. But also, I could like name a few lessons, but again, be patient, stay curious, do it for the right reasons, and then don't discourage yourself because it's not going as planned. Because it will not.
I like being curious. That's something
yeah.
people are like straying away from, but I think you should embrace it.
Embrace the fuck
Bro,
out of
I
it.
am extremely curious, and this is why I do this. This is why you do your career, because we are curious and constantly curious
Yes,
too.
and constantly curious.
A sponge for knowledge.
Yes.
Every conversation
And-
is a learning curve.
And exploit the fuck out of it. For real. I see a lot of people lose that sense, that curiosity. That's what keeps me going every morning. Because if it wasn't, I know I named a few lessons to like on this podcast or in this conversation, but the number one thing I want people to remember is like stay curious. Really,
Do you think comfort kills curiosity?
it does.
Oof. Yeah.
It does. Being stuck in your routine, being comfortable with what you have, could kill your curiosity. Be afraid of results or being afraid of challenges could kill your curiosity.
Yeah.
Stepping outside your comfort zone is a very fucking good thing you can do.
Yeah.
It's a very good thing. And anything you're doing.
But it's very fundamental too. Like it's human.
Yeah.
We've been doing it since the dawn of time,
Yeah.
stepping out of our comfort zone.
Yes.
You think the first fucking primate wanted to build a fire or
Yeah.
whatever? You know what I mean? Like, no,
you
they
wanted
didn't.
to step on two legs, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It takes that. It takes that leap of faith. It really does.
So yeah, curiosity is huge. It's huge. That's what brought me to be a photographer. That's what brought me to be a videographer. That's what, to this day, still keeps me doing what I do, because I'm curious to see what's next. I'm curious to learn the new craft. I'm curious to learn the new tools that we have. I'm curious to learn the new software, the new developments. When I started, there was no software. Fuck. Put that in perspective.
No software.
No. We
Jesus.
did beats on NPCs.
Yeah, yeah.
On samplers.
Now you say NPC, people think it's a non-playable character. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's not even in the same vocabulary.
NPC.
NPC. Oh my bad. Yeah. yeah.
NPC, I'm
Yeah.
calling.
Okay.
Non-playable character. I'm not gamer, by the way. That's the
No.
only thing I'm not.
Not me neither.
No, I don't play video games. No.
I play Madden because I'm a big football guy, but
Yeah.
other than that, man, no. There's no time.
Okay, best football team.
I'm Ravens fan. Die hard. Baltimore.
The Ray Lewis era?
Yeah. I grew up watching Ray Lewis, and Ray
Yeah.
Lewis was an absolute psychopath.
He
and I
was a
loved him.
beast. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
52, man. I used to wear number 52. I used to, that
Yeah.
influenced
Who
me a
was the
lot.
quarterback again?
Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that was a good time, man.
I'm more
That and
older
wrestling.
than you. I love the Vikings era with Chris Carter and
Holy
Randy
shit, Randy
Moss.
Moss. Who's the quarterback?
Dante Culpepper.
Dante Culpepper.
Yeah.
Was that with? Oh my God, I got a blank.
Yeah.
D end. Randy. Don't remember. Anyway, but yeah, that team
was beast. Like,
yeah. Chris Carter, best hands in football
oh
history.
yeah, oh yeah, underrated wide receiver.
Absolutely.
Randy Moss was good, obviously too, but they had that combination. It was crazy.
Yeah, that and wrestling, man. I grew up. I used to watch wrestling. You grew up in the
80s.
best, the golden era, bro.
Hulk Hogan, obviously.
Brother. Yeah.
Macho Man and Randy Savage, and yeah.
Stone Cold. The Stone Cold, or that was
That was
after?
the 90s.
90s, yeah.
But that was a good era too.
Me too.
Don't
I
get
grew
me
up.
wrong.
I grew up on the Rock, Stone
Yeah,
Cold.
don't get me
you
wrong.
know?
What was that crew?
Degeneration
Yeah,
X.
yeah.
Yeah. I was walking around high school, bro, just
Yeah.
throwing suck it signs at everyone.
Yeah, everyone was doing that. To go back to wrestling, shout out to Plaus, and I'm gonna ask him that.
Sure.
You need to host one of his gala one day.
Hell yeah, man.
Or be
That-
a guest
I would love to.
referee.
I would love to.
And we had this conversation before the podcast.
Bro, I would love to.
Yeah, I'll try to make it happen.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
because that's what made me fall in love with the wrestling. And yes, of course I wanted to be a wrestler, but it was the the microphone antics, dude. It was the, talking shit, smack talking. You know what I mean?
Well,
Before it became a thing.
That's
you know?
where your podcast comes from, right?
Yeah.
Your idea of
Yeah.
smack talk because of wrestling and all these smack talks.
Yeah, we're gonna talk smack today.
It's funny that they introduced that too, right? Like in a sport, like that antics of talking.
But you can see it now. You can see it in UFC with Conor
Yeah.
McGregor.
Of
You know what I mean?
of
Like
course.
it's all influence.
Didn't it buy the WWE too?
I think so.
Yeah?
The same group or
UFC?
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, or vice versa. I don't remember. Whatever. But WWE is had a massive influence on my life for sure. And they made it entertaining. It's entertainment there for people who don't know. It's not real.
That's why it's WWE. I was watching it. It was WWF.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do people remember that? I
Yeah,
don't
we
know.
do. Well, I was in the beginning where it transitioned after.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy, man. What was your biggest influence when you were a kid? Besides, like what was your album you listened to? You're like, dude, this is amazing. This is the biggest, like the best masterpiece I've ever listened to.
There's a lot of music played a lot of roles in my life.
Of course.
First introduction to music ever was movie soundtrack. Movies.
From the movies.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. I would watch a movie on replay just to hear the music. And to go back into perspective, we're talking about the 80s, so movies were on VHS.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's no YouTube to go listen to the soundtrack, right? So to listen to the soundtrack, you had to watch the movie. So that's why I did an album called Soundtrack. Because my first musical influence was movie soundtracks. Like I said, Predator soundtrack, I love it.
Really?
Yeah. We're talking the first Predator
Okay.
with Arnold.
Yeah.
That movie's a classic.
For sure.
And I love the soundtrack. I love Indiana Jones soundtrack. I fell in love with how do they tell a story with music. Watch a movie with watch Indiana Jones without the soundtrack, or Star Wars without that famous Darth Vader soundtrack. Dun,
Or even the beginning. Yeah.
It's not the fucking same. It's just not.
But even the intro when the letters
Yeah.
come down to Star Wars, you're like, oh my god, we're finally
epic.
here. Yeah.
So I fell in love with that. I'm like, that's what I want to do. And then later on came the 80s with Michael Jackson. Again, Thriller album played a huge role. Then the 90s, late 80s, I started listening to Public Enemy.
Okay.
Those albums played a huge role. And then Crisscross. And,
Yeah.
but a track called Quest. A track called Quest, Low End Theory and Midnight Marauders. Those two albums are wow. Wow. I remember when I was listening to the radio station CKCU, Carlton U, on my boombox in my backyard, my parents' backyard in a tent. I was listening to this station, and at midnight on Friday nights, it would have a hip-hop show. And then I heard a track called Quest on that station because of that station. And then that's when I was like, okay, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to do. And that's 1991.
If you ever had to like collab with anyone, would that be would a Tribe Called Quest would be Dead or Alive?
Q-Tip.
Dead or Alive?
Well, yeah. Fife is dead now. Rest in
Yeah.
peace. But Q-Tip would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But if you tell me I could choose only one person
Yeah.
right now, there's two names I would debate. Busta Rhymes
Really?
and Method Man. Yeah.
Really? I
Yeah.
did not expect Busta Rhymes. Why Busta Rhymes?
Fuck, man. He's amazing. He's the most underrated rapper
I think
ever.
I'm too young for when he was in his prime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the most underrated rapper ever.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to say that right now.
Holy shit. Okay, that's a
There's-
bold statement. Sure.
Yeah. And I stand
How
by
so?
it. He does never get noted or mentioned in top 10s lists or stuff like that. Never. And he's had the most consistent career. He's never did a bad album. And also, he was very, 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 very unique.
Yeah.
When you think about that, like, and also like you're younger than me. I grew up listening to him, and on his first albums, we're like almost same generation. So, he had a way to really, really, really dissect verses and put it rhymes in there. And he was just a rapper's rapper.
Yeah.
You know, there's
We're missing
rappers that rap on records, but there's rappers. There's a big distinction, difference.
Yeah.
There's people that can rap on songs, but you ask them freestyling on
Can't do it.
they can't.
And some people can freestyle but can't put it together in a fucking
yes,
song.
same thing.
Wow.
But he was a rappers.
Okay.
He would be like, I'm a producer, right? So I do beats. I would make together songs. Having him on my beats would be a fucking gift, because he's a rapper's rapper. It's hard to explain what that exactly means, but
It's a rapper that even the
whatever I throw at him, he's gonna try. Whatever type beats I'm gonna try at him, he's gonna try, at least to try to rap on it. Or we could just like freestyle something in the studio and we'll come up with something. That's beautiful to work with. I love that. Some people might come in the studio, they're like, I want to try to sound like this. Or I want to like, I wrote a verse, but I'm not too sure about it. And they're like doubting themselves. And then you record a song and they're like, no, I don't want to keep it. I hate that. I hate it. Not only you're wasting time, you just believe in what you do.
Because if you edit it a bunch, it takes off the originality of it. And that's what you're there for, man. That's what people. That's why people listen.
And the rapper
man.
will enjoy the process and will love whatever the song comes out.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, as the first draft. That's a rapper's rapper.
So like 80% of people could say, you know what, this is dog shit, but it's still to you. It's like, fuck it, man. I like it.
Yeah.
That's what counts.
Yeah, that's what
It's
counts.
me.
It's the painting we painted that day together. You're not gonna come the next day and try to repaint it.
It's true.
Yeah. So that's a rapper's rapper.
No, it's good.
And I
You
love
explained it
that.
pretty well.
I love working with those people.
Quest, before we go, man, do you have a message for people out there? If you had like one quote for people.
Just one.
Just one. Or you
Just
fucking
one.
say 7. I don't give a fuck. Whatever.
But it goes back to what I'm saying, like from the beginning, like just like be true to yourself. You want to be a barber? Be a barber. You want to like
Be original.
be original. And I hope in this era that we're going in, it's what people try to do more. Be original.
Stop trying to be like someone you're not.
Stop trying to like do something or be something for approval. Stop trying to be something and be afraid of like the reactions of it.
Because people want instant gratification, right?
Yeah. And that's scary.
Very scary.
I don't want that. I want the opposite of that. So try to be more yourself. Stay curious and not be afraid that it's going to take time. At the end of the day, it's going to take a while, and kudos to you with your podcast, because I've seen a lot of people start podcasts. They give up a lot of, after 4 or 5 episodes, can't keep up. I've seen a lot. Keep going.
Thanks.
Keep going, and even if you get 100 views on it, doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It really doesn't.
I had fun. I talked to somebody. I learned something. You know?
Even if, like your Cham episode that had 100 views, I still noticed it, right? So it brought me here, right now, in this moment. So always look like that. Whoever's going to come next, you never know. All right, I have a question for you, though.
Go ahead.
Who would be your best interviews? Who would be your favorite person to interview? Dead or alive, ever?
Okay.
Probably a wrestler?
My grandfather.
Oh.
My grandfather was a prisoner of war in World War II, and he managed to escape. Yeah. I think it's the Battle of I don't remember the name. I don't want to butcher it, but it's in Italy. He got trapped in Italy.
He was From Canada?
Yeah. And he got trapped in Italy, and he was a prisoner of war. So my grandmother received the letter, lost at war, or he was a prisoner of war. And so she, decided to start another family. And they had kids. They had like 3 kids at the time. And one day he showed up. My parents are from a very small town outside of Newfoundland, and he just showed up one day. Yeah. So my grandmother was like,
Like how many years apart?
I would say like maybe 5.
Really?
Yeah.
That's short too.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And so I would love to talk to him. He never really opened up because
He's still alive?
No. He passed away when I was young. Yeah. But he. So they're from a small town. That means that, everybody they were all young, right? They left at like 20, 21, 22. They're like, you know what? We're going to go out, have fun. It's going to be fun. All the boys are there. He was I think there were like 3 people that came back out of the group of boys
They
that
didn't
went.
even know what they were going into, right? They had no idea. Like,
No. So just him having his point of view, of what it was like during World War II, that would have been something that I would love to have talked about for sure. Yeah.
That's a good answer, my friend. Very good answer. And not a lot of people understand. Like, I see a lot of people complain they had no idea, like, what that era was actually like.
Yeah, young, man, like
20-something, like you
clueless,
said.
bro, just living life.
And they were, like, still fathers at that age.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, to think about that in that perspective, it's...
People dying, man, bodies rotting in ditches, and just,
Yeah.
you got to go. You got to keep on going. If you don't move, you're next. It's a crazy fucking mentality.
And we take it for granted
We do.
right now.
Yeah.
I hate it. How people, like, also, like, complain all the time.
Yeah. Look, man.
Wait, I got something for you.
Oh. Gifts?
It's a plaque.
Are you fucking kidding me? Hell yeah, man.
soundtrack.
Thank you.
It's soundtrack. Like I said, this project is
Yeah,
very
yeah.
important to me.
Oh, dude, thank you so much, man.
And
Fuck yeah.
that's why I got it tattooed on me.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
This is beautiful, bro.
And soundtrack.
Guys, go listen to this. Spotify.
Yeah.
Please.
It's
It will be in the
I'm
description.
doing volume 2 right now as
Okay.
we speak.
Beautiful, bro.
It's coming out September
I'm
22nd.
gonna fucking tear up, bro. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Thank you, man.
You're
I'm gonna put that up. So this
Yeah.
is gonna be like, I'm gonna have my, I usually have my setup there.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a part of the setup. No.
Yeah,
Hell
you
yeah.
should.
Hell yeah.
You should. It's yours. And
Thank you,
again,
brother.
thanks for having me.
Yeah,
like
man.
for real, you're yourself, and it shows.
Thanks, man.
That's all that matters.
That's the biggest compliment
Yeah.
anybody
Yeah.
can give me.
And keep doing it, even
Thanks,
if
man.
you have to eat canned tunas for a while. It doesn't matter.
Fuck it,
Yeah.
Hey guys, thank you so much for listening. Please, where can people reach you?
Poppa Quest.
Hell yeah.
Poppa Quest on Instagram, Facebook, all these
Things.
fucking things.
Man-made contraptions.
Yeah. Even the MySpace. I think my MySpace is still out there
Jesus.
somewhere.
Yeah, go follow him on MySpace, guys. Okay.
But for real, like,
link in the description.
Yeah, Instagram, Poppa Quest. I actually answer to everyone too.
Cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true too.
Yeah.
It's true. Man, it's been an absolute fucking honor having you in the studio,
Thank you.
man. And you will be coming back, that's for sure. And I will be attending your events. That
Thank
is
you.
for sure, man. I used to be an introvert, so now I'm going to go out and fucking meet people because my buddy Marquand told me to do so.
Yes.
So, guys, like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you next week. Love you all.
Bless. Peace.